On the line is Jack Richards, drummer of the Monaros. Good morning, Jack. Welcome to 103.7 3WAY-FM.
G'day, Anton. How are you, mate? Good to be here.
Yeah, very good. Thanks, mate. Look, thanks a lot for joining us. Hey, managing to stay cool during this hot spell, mate?
She's quite warm outside, but yeah, I'm managing to stay refreshed, which is good, yeah.
Yeah, 36 degrees today, I believe, mate. So it's going to be a warm one. It's pretty warm where I am right at the moment, actually. But
it's almost warm to be at the beach, I reckon.
No, it'd be a good idea. Mate, we've played several tracks off the new album Bogan Road recently, and we absolutely love it. So we thought we'd better get you on the show and talk about it and all the things Monaros. So yeah, that's what we're about today, mate.
Yeah, no, look, that's great. We've had the CD out just for a little bit, and great. Thanks. You can find a couple of tracks on there to play. It's great.
Yeah, look, we've played several of it, and look, a lot of listeners from around Warrnambool will already be familiar with the Monaros story, I guess. But for those listeners who aren't, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the band's history, how you started, who's in the band.
Well, I reckon we're coming up nearly 25 years. So probably about 25 years ago, there was Gav and myself, and then it was Sam McNeil doing a bit of jamming, a bit of mucking around in the old Bailey sheds, and pretty much playing a bit of old covers and playing the Ramones and the Sex Pistols. And we thought, you know what, let's have a crack at playing our own music, because we were no good at playing covers.
So how'd you go?
That's how it all started.
Yes, that's fantastic, because so you sort of got into the original material and sort of stuck to it ever since.
We have, the good thing about when you play original music, you can make a few mistakes and people don't even notice. They just think it's part of the song.
I know all about that, mate. It's interesting, isn't it? Look, so you're obviously, told everyone you're the drummer. So what about the other guys in the band?
Okay, so at the moment we've got I'm playing drums, then we've got Gav Steer on bass, and we sort of pretty much predominantly share the vocals. And then we've got Ned Monday who plays guitar. Yeah, so that's the lineup we have at the moment, and that's the lineup that we've got on the new Bogan Road release.
Yeah, look, that album, I was telling you before we actually started the interview, I was so impressed by it, mate, I actually bought it myself. Looking for a presenter to do that, they've got to be pretty impressed, mate, because normally we normally get everything for free. So I actually went and paid some dough for it, mate, so it's great, and I really, it's been fantastic playing. Look, I'm particularly impressed with that really heavy sound you guys get. It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, you're right. For a three-piece, we actually put out a pretty good sound, and I'm just listening back to it again the other day with the production things. It is a really big sound, like one guitar, drums and bass. We recorded it pretty much live,
right?
So there's no overdubs. We don't do rhythm guitars and then put sort of lead guitar lines over it. What you hear is all one take. So
fair enough. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's fantastic because I was absolutely amazed by look, not so much the competence of the musicianship, but I think because of the nature of your lyrics and the themes in the song, it's a little bit easy to sort of get carried away as a listener to just that sort of side of things. But when you actually listen to the musicianship, it's fantastic, mate. Brilliant.
Yeah, no, thanks. No, it's good. Ned also he brings another element to the band. He's a great guitarist, and he puts a lot of the wah sound into it and things. So it really fills that void of just having one guitarist.
Yeah,
which is great.
We sort of touched on it with the idea around that sort of real pub rock, sort of down to earth, sort of thing that people can relate to, sort of. Everything you sort of sing about, I think, geez, I tell you, it's pretty close to the bone. I know all that stuff. You know what I mean? How did you actually get onto that idea? Did it just sort of happen by chance, or?
Oh, I think of it too. I think so. Like bands like the Cosmic Psychos, and then the same sort of pub rock elements. And I think the good thing about our stuff, and I always remember once that we sent our stuff away to a studio, and they said, "Oh, your sound's great. It's just simple, minimalistic," and that's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And people, you can go and watch a band, and you can love that band, and their songs sound great. And when you walk away, though, you sort of think, yeah, they were great, but I can't remember too much about the songs. But with the Monaros, people can go and watch a concert, and they walk away and they're singing, pop, 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 pop. The songs stick in their head.
I bet they do. Yeah, it's fantastic. With so look, and with the live shows, I must admit I haven't seen a live show. I haven't had like I think I told you before we came. I must admit I'm fairly new to Warrnambool, so I didn't know a lot about the Monaros. But look, I've heard your live shows are legendary, mate. So that's So, because I know you played at the Irish, and look, I don't know the name of it,
Shanachie.
yeah, whatever it's called. But look, I know you played there recently. You did the album launch, and everyone was saying it was absolutely fantastic. So, what was that like that night?
Oh, look, it was great. And the one thing I really liked about it, especially after I've had such a break with the COVID and things like that, just, it was one of those few times I've actually sat back before we played and had a look around the crowd, and it was like, there was a couple hundred people there, and they were all there to see us,
Fantastic.
And of course, and the support band who were the Faded Falcons were great as well. But just looking around at the crowd, thinking, how good is this? We've got 200 of our mates all come here to see us. That was the best thing about it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And I think the other part of it is too, because part of the Shanachie, we've never really played there before. It was almost like a bit of a neutral ground for us. So everyone was there for us, and everyone had a good time. It was great.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic, mate. Look, and you touched on COVID, and I know that musicians everywhere around the world obviously were heavily impacted. So what was that like? You obviously you couldn't do much for 9 months or something, or whatever long it was.
Yeah, look, we couldn't do much at all. But I think with a lot of other bands and things too, everyone sort of sat at home and they wrote a lot of songs. So
okay.
When we sort of got towards the end of it, we'd already planned a lot of stuff before COVID came in.
Great.
And we're probably lucky being out in the regional areas as it was, because we were initially going to go to Melbourne. We wanted to record in Melbourne. Of course, the COVID thing hit, so we didn't. We were fortunate enough to get a little place just out of Warrnambool to record at. So when all the sort of rules relaxed a little bit, we were able to record just out of Warrnambool, which turned out to be perfect for us.
Yeah, it's fantastic, mate. With it's funny with so what are you looking at in the future? Because the album's out. You sort of plan to do another album shortly, or are you going to sort of take your time about it, or what are your plans?
At the moment, we're sort of just, this album hasn't been out all that long, so we're just going to hold up for a little bit.
Yeah.
We've played a couple of shows, and we really want to get to Melbourne and a few other places and really promote this album.
Yeah.
But in saying that too, we've been writing a lot of songs, and I can tell you now, we've already probably got another 10 or a dozen songs in the pipeline.
Fantastic.
Just don't want to rush into it. So,
no, it can get a bit addictive, can't it? If you get into a sort of creative sort of mode, it's one that hits something. The idea you start flowing, you really want to hit the studio, don't you? It's incredible, really. But
that's exactly right.
And
one thing is, when you try and write a song, you can't write a song. The harder you try and do it, the harder it becomes. But then all of a sudden, it'll just go bang, things click, and you can write 2 or 3 songs in a week.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fantastic, mate. With so no new. What about the gigs? Have you got sort of stuff lined up, or you just sort of?
At the moment, we haven't. I'm just actually this week I'm going to get a hip replacement.
Oh, okay.
I already had one done, and we had a bit of a break there between the albums and the launch. So, but as soon as I get over that, we're going to look at booking some shows. So we're looking at a show in Geelong, and we really want to get down to Melbourne too. I mean, we've been playing for 25 years. We haven't spent a lot of time outside, I suppose, of the bubble of the southwest Victoria.
Right.
We really want to burst that bubble and get out.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. Look, I'm sure you'd be a big hit down there, mate, because what you've got happening there is pretty unique, and like I said, the musicianship is great. So I think you've got the full package there, mate. So good luck with it all. Look, with the hip replacement, it's sort of for a drummer, I guess that's a bit of a sort of hindrance, isn't it? To sort of slow you down a bit.
Oh, it'll slow me down for about 4 or 5 weeks.
Okay. You're not the sort of person that gets slowed down for too long by the sounds of it, mate. So
no, that's right.
Yeah, no, look, it's fantastic. Look, thanks a lot for joining us today, Jack. It's been terrific, mate, and to catch up with you. Look, we'll love the album, as I say, and the response from you. Look, and you get as part of an announcer, you get feedback from people, or whatever you like to call it, and phone calls and that sort of stuff. And every time I play the Monaros, I get phone calls, mate. So that's saying, gee, that's great. Thanks for playing that, which is great, So
yeah. No, thanks. Look, Anton, I really like to thank you guys, and at 3WAY-FM, they've been fantastic, and they've been really good to us over the years too. So always playing our songs, always giving us a bit of a hoy on the radio, and we really appreciate it too, because it's great for us. It helps to get our name out there. And a lot of people say the same thing. I've never really heard of you guys, but I heard of you, but never heard your music.
Yeah.
And then tuned into 3WAY-FM, and we heard your songs on the radio, so it's great.
Yeah, no, it's great, mate. Look, thanks a lot. And we'll make sure we keep playing you too, mate, because as long as the listeners like it, and look, and one of the key things is that the announcers like it, mate. Who cares what the listeners say? No, I better not say that. the announcers and the listeners like it, mate. So we'll keep playing it. So well done. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's fantastic.
Okay, mate. Look, try to stay cool for the rest of the day, and we'll talk again soon.
No worries, Emma.
Okay, mate. Talk to you later, Jack. Bye.
Yep, see ya.